Okay, quick point. I did not make an error with Haskell, which is good because I've actually programmed in Haskell. The problem actually was with ML. I want to go really right back to it right here in this expression. Okay, so you remember cons and CDR. It says operator HD and TL. That's what this is, H and T. This is the head and tail, okay? So 1 plus length t is grabbing the 1 and calling the function length again with the tail only is what's happening here. Same thing with h and t. We're going to actually append, keep appending the tail to list 2 until we actually have appended the entire list. Just wanted to add that in there. That was what I did wrong, was the head and tail. All right, so for Haskell, syntax differences look like this: Fibonacci sequence, the factorial difference. As you can see, it looks pretty natural. Fact 0 equals 1, fact 1 equals 1, fact n equals n times factorial n minus 1. That's a pretty natural way of writing that. Fibonacci 0, Fibonacci 1, Fibonacci n plus 2 equals Fibonacci n plus 1 plus Fibonacci n. Okay, that's pretty good, right? That's really easy language system. Very, very easy language to understand. It's pattern matching. The difference in syntax is pretty obvious. There's no reserved word to introduce the function definition fun. Second, alternative definitions of functions all have the same appearance, as you can see. Using pattern matching, we define a function using the nth following Fibonacci using the following, which is the same basic premise here. We can add guards. We can have guards to the lines of the function definitions to specify the circumstances under which the definition can be applied. For example, this is the same process. N equals 0 equals 1, n equals 1 equals 1. N greater than 0, but not obviously 0 or 1, is equal to n times factorial n minus 1. This is the one my professor preferred, but this would have worked. This works as well. This is not the sub. This is, don't know what this function is. I'm trying to think of what this function is. But basically, this is what we think of as a conditional expression. This form of a function definition is called a conditional expression after mathematical expressions. An otherwise statement can appear at the last statement, can appear as the last statement as well. Parentheses sub n, if n is less than 10, it's 0. Otherwise, it's if it's greater than if n is less than 10, it's 0. If n is greater than 100, it's 2. Otherwise, it's 1. This is not a math function. This is just some weird function, but you can have an else here. And then, of course, you can define square. This purpose is the same as the one before, which just squares x. Square x equals x times x. Because Haskell supports what we think of as polymorphism, this works for any numeric type. And it's really a simple format. Really, 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 really a simple format for the type of thing that it is. Let's go ahead and look at list notations. Lists are written with brackets as before. Directions equals north, south, east, and west. Length, you have a length variable associated with it. Oh, excuse me, it's not a variable, it's an operator. Length directions is 4. And you can do an arithmetic series with the dot operator, which is awesome. You can say 2 comma 4 dot 10, and that's going to put 2 4 6, 8, and 10. And how does that go? Well, what it does is it calculates the difference between 2 and 4, and then it looks at the range from 4 to 10 and puts those things that match that definition. Uh, pretty simple process. Um, what else? Concatenation is with plus plus. 1, 3 plus plus 5, 7 equals 1, 3, 5, 7. Cons, car, and CDR all operate via the colon operator. So we can 1 colon 357 equals 1, 3, 5, 7. Pattern parameters, product with an empty list is 0. Product A colon X equals A times product X. And factorial, we can also do fact n equals product 1 to n. I'm going to actually stop because I'm screwing up pattern parameters. I know I'm screwing it up. So I actually stop and come back and make sure we get this right. I'm good so far. I just not getting the pattern. I know the pattern parameters are wrong. I've actually programmed it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop early and we'll come back.